guys, thanks for tuning in to Twisted Youngins, the most unorthodox show on the globe. And I am one of your hosts, Myra B. King, and I have a great man with me.
It's your boy Dave in the building, aka Mojo, and we have another special guest with us today. Ma'am, go ahead and introduce to the people who you are.
Hello, everybody. I'm Sheree Moore, and I'm the founder of Shetrucking.
Okay.
No, absolutely.
Shetrucking.
Okay, so no, Shetrucking. Okay, so how? Okay, Shetrucking. How's your day going so far? Let's start off there. How's your day going so far?
It's going great. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yes, for sure. And we're actually glad to have Sheree, correct? Sheree on today as a special guest because, of course, she's in the trucking field. This is our first truck driver that we have on here owning their own business. She is a book author, teaching other individuals how to get into the industry and much more. So first of all, what interests you about driving trucks? I do want to know that.
Well, somebody showed me their paycheck out. I was a CNA for 8 years, so I had never seen a comma in a check. I didn't know you can make $1,000 every week. Okay. So I was like, let me try that. And when I got into the industry, I realized it was not a lot of us there. I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This is what I'm doing. So it really, most people that come into this industry, it's because they know somebody who drive a truck. So that's how it was for me. My dad actually drives as well. And my mom was a bus driver. So the CDL kind of was in my blood.
Now that is a male dominated industry, but you didn't let that deter you. When you first got into it, did you were you treated good? Did they welcome you with open arms? Like, how did that go?
When I first got into the industry, everybody told me not to do it. Don't come into trucking. I was like, what? You a woman, you out there by yourself. I was like, it doesn't matter. I signed up for school anyway, because most CDL schools are free to attend.
Is it?
So it's free. I saw a newspaper article that said free CDL training. I signed up. They said, we're going to cover your travel. We're going to cover your hotel accommodations, and we're going to give you a free education. It was a no-brainer to me because I didn't have any kids. So I was like, you know what? Let me pack up my stuff in my apartment that I had, and it's time to go. They said they was going to start me out with $40,000 a year, and at the time I was making only 10.
Whoa. And how long you've been doing this?
So now I've been driving for 7 years.
Okay.
When I came into the industry, I didn't see hardly any women. You're talking about less than 5% women. It might have been 4% at the time. But now it's 7 years. I own my own truck now. And I have a school where I teach people how to become a truck driver. I start off with your CDL permit right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Okay. If you want to sign up for the class, it's on shetrucking.com, where you can sign up for our CDL permit, which is the first step to get into the trucking industry.
Okay. And and what kind of loads do you deliver, like your truck deliver?
Everything from furniture to the food. When you don't see your food on the shelf, we learned this through the pandemic, all the jobs stopped, but trucking is an essential job. We're essential workers. So we had to get the medications to the hospital, to the people, right? We had to distribute all the masks, your hand sanitizers. We do everything. Everything comes through trucking.
Okay. So by you having your own truck, how does that, do people do you set up the gigs, or how do they know to reach out to you per se, like having your own truck?
Having your own truck, it's different load boards that you can book your loads on. You can get your dispatcher. So that's another part of transportation. You got brokers, you got dispatchers. If you don't want to drive yourself, you can be an owner and not drive as well, just investing into the truck. You with being an owner and not driving, you're looking at additional $1,000 per week that you can just make. Just literally make off of someone that's driving for you. That's called being a motor carrier. So, but yeah, literally I can look on my phone on the load board and find a load that I want to take, or I can talk to a brokers about building relationships in transportation. Building relationships is so important. And then you can just, someone say, hey, I got a load that's picking up in Chattanooga going to Texas. Can you take it? This how much, the rates are. So you want to look for like $2 a mile, $3 a mile. We try not to take nothing lower than $2 a mile, so that means that as a carrier, you can make at least probably $1,000 per load. Your truck will probably max between $6,000 to $10,000 a week.
Oh, wow.
Now, you're in Tennessee, correct?
Correct.
I would imagine with you being in the middle of the map, obviously with all the traffic that flows through the middle, like you said, produce and fruits and everything like that. As of right now, this would be the prime time right now, right? Like fruits and obviously they're saying it's a shortage, but fruits and vegetables and everything being produced and being pumped out into the streets and everything, because spring's hitting, blooming and everything like that. There will be more produce out here, produce on the streets. So is now a great time for people to get in the trucking, like right now, with the business being as precarious as it is right now?
It's your boy Desi Dez.
And it's your boy Mojo. And if you like what you are seeing so far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the page. Please. And if all else fails and you like what you talking about as far as this merch wise, baby, hit us up. You know what I'm saying? Check us out on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook at TwistedYounginz with a Z. You know what I'm talking about? Make sure you give us an email at TwistedYounginz@gmail.com for all promotions.
Where's it at TwistedYounginz@gmail.com?
Yes, sir, with a Z. And also, if y'all don't like what you see right now as far as merch-wise, we got more merch, and we also do merch.
Do your merch,
Send us in a
we
couple
support
designs.
everybody.
Yeah, and we do promotional packages, interviews, videos, articles, whatever you guys need, man. Just make sure you hit us up. Holla at you, baby.
Absolutely. Right now, it's the perfect opportunity for everyone to get into the industry. Why? Because they're giving out stimulus checks. That means people right now are buying. When the economy is raising because of income and people are buying products, we ship. Okay, when you order on Amazon and they say, do you want overnight shipping? Do you want 5 to 7 day shipping? You keeping us employed. Every time you order something or purchase something, the truck is bringing it in. And so this is the perfect time to come into the industry, especially before February 2022, because the law was changing. They're trying to make it harder for us to come in. So this is the time. It's like a no-brainer right now. You can come in, you can own, you can come in, you can drive and make good money. And the average person, they come in, they'll make about $600 to $700 a week, starting out as just a driver. That's about $40,000 to $50,000 a year.
What new laws are they implementing to try to change it?
They are adding more tests. They right now they don't even teach the CDL permit. So the class that I have is one of the only classes in the world that I do. I've taught over 100 people since I started my program in October.
Absolutely.
Through this pandemic, I was helping people get jobs. I was really like moving our culture into the transportation industry. So
they're implementing more tests.
More tests.
About any background, any changes with the background or anything, or is it just?
No. The background. This is a perfect industry for someone with a background. So if you have a felony, misdemeanor, they take you. They want you. As long as you don't have any driving violations, then that's the only problem that you'll have. But they love people with felonies. Matter of fact, we have second chance programs. We love people coming straight out of prison to get them the opportunity to get in that truck. My father, he was incarcerated for 17 years. He started driving, and that's what I was able to see, how he changed his life. And now he's been driving 17 years. So
most people are afraid to drive like an 18-wheeler, like especially rain, sleet, snow.
Hills Highway or whatnot up there in the Canada show where they be showing all the 18-wheelers strung out on the side of the road, flipped upside down and whatnot.
How did you get past or did you have any fears about driving a truck?
I never had a fear. I mean, I fear driving a car. It's more accidents in cars than trucks. So I fear driving a car. When I'm the biggest thing out there on the road, I'm 5'3", first of all. So I'm a short little thing, getting in this big rig. I'm the top. I'm at the highest level that you can get on, so I never had a fear. I fear when I'm in my car more than in that truck.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's good.
Now, can you talk to me a little bit about the differences in your loads and everything? First of all, disclaimer, do you just have 18-wheelers or do you do dump trucks as well?
I just have a semi truck, just a 18-wheeler. And then I teach, so I don't have a huge fleet myself because I don't have time. My interest is helping people get started.
Gotcha.
That's my
Gotcha.
Now, before let me let y'all know what Shetrucking is. Shetrucking is, we all about education, mentorship, and community. Okay, our community have over 14,000 women drivers right in our Facebook community. That community is called Shetrucking Sisterhood. It's the biggest women's community period in the world. We have women that's in Africa. We have women that's in Puerto Rico, all over the world who drive trucks. That's in a part of our community. We also have a mentorship program. So if you're coming in and you like, hey, I'm new, I don't know what to do. Because for me, I didn't have a mentor. It wasn't anything out there, and I was just like, trying to figure my way out. I realized that, we need that mentorship. So we have over 100 mentors who are ready to and eager to help you. It's an absolutely free program that we have put together. It costs you nothing to come into this industry. We also have our education side, is that CDL permit, the CDL training. We offer an apprenticeship. So when you come through our program, we help you get that permit, and then we send you off to a school. If you're in our network, that's 100% paid for a school, y'all. Like literally, you can start this career with $0.
Wow.
Yeah.
What would be the number one thing starting out in this industry that these new and up and coming people should be looking out for? What is the number one thing? Should they be looking forward to the education, or as getting the license down, which obviously is the biggest part, but what is the biggest part of the education? What should they go for first? Should it be the CDLs, or should they look at the LLCs or stuff like that?
No, you first, experience is everything. So you need to get the experience. You can't come out here and just jump into something you don't know about. You're going to lose. You're not going to be able to really maximize your money. Now with training and coaching, coming through our programs and stuff like that, then yes, you can maximize your money. But I tell anybody, get your CDL license, because when you purchase a truck, you got to go get it. Who's going to get it for you? You want to start paying somebody from day one, or you want to start making some money for your company to grow and scale up? That's the goal. Most people out here that own trucking companies, they making 6 to 7 figures.
Now, you touched on something earlier. You said that you can be a truck driver, but you also can be an owner without having to drive. Now, if you want to be an owner or invest in a trucking, you don't have to have a license, do you?
You do not have to have a license, but let me tell you the difference between that. If you purchase a truck, say you don't have a license and you purchase a truck, you're going to pay double what I'll pay. So okay. For me, I can go out here and get a truck quicker because I have a commercial driver's license, and my expenses are cut in half. Let me give you an example. The highest thing that you're going to pay for is your truck insurance, right? Because as y'all mentioned, all the accidents. So that truck insurance is going to be the highest part. To get your authority is cheap, $300, y'all. Just $300 to get your authority. That's the numbers on the side of the truck. It's like your social security number for your truck. Mm-hmm. But once you activate your insurance, you're looking at a $4,500 down payment without a CDL license. With the CDL license, you're looking at a $1,200, $2,500, sometimes $1,500 down payment. So it cuts all that in half. Plus, in order to get equipment, if you're gonna say lease, because you can lease a truck like you buy your car, pay car like a truck note, like you pay a car note. Those notes run about $15,000 to $2,000 a week. If you're doing that, which I tell people, if you can buy a truck, just buy it straight out like you buy a car. Okay. But if you can't and you want to, and if you don't own it, let me say, if you do not own a truck, don't just go buy it, because you need to know about your equipment. But if you want to lease and you're going to hire drivers, then you need to lease that truck. Okay, that's like renting it, paying payments every week or every month, however it's set up. And like I said, those payments run about $15,000 to $2,000. Because I have my commercial driver's license, I just bought mine like a car. My truck was like $12,000.
Now, when you say the insurance is going to be the highest thing, how much are we talking in insurance? Because most of the time I hear $1 million policies and stuff like that. And that's just for, that's for protection of, the goods and everything. That doesn't even include the truck. It's $1 million insurance policy just for the goods protection of what you're transporting, correct?
Absolutely. You're going to need $1 million policy. If you would like Amazon, you're going to need $1 million policy plus $1 million cargo. So, cargo and liability. And you're looking at that $1 million policy. And it's just to cover and protect your cargo, the equipment and stuff like that.
Okay. Yep.
Wow. Yep. So there are a few ways that people can get into this industry. Like you said, truck driving, you can be an owner. There may be, a little more hurdles and loops that you will have to go through.
Or dispatching.
Yes.
Dispatching. So what about dispatching? How would one get into that?
So dispatching means that you're the person that you have broker. Let me break it down. So what a broker do is they go out to let's see what's behind you. Say, they'll come to you, say you got freight, right? I might come to you and I'll talk to you and say, hey, can I see you got trucks and you got freight that need to be moved across the United States. I would like to drive, I would like to, distribute your goods. Okay. So you have those type of conversations. That's what the brokers do. They secure contracts with the shippers, and then they do not contact anyone that's up to that for their dispatcher. So the dispatcher, then they look for the carriers. And when you get your authority, you become a carrier. And so that's what I am. I'm a carrier, right? So then, and so the dispatcher, I can, get them to book the load, book the freight, for me to be able to move and keep me moving. So then that way I can focus on driving while they focus on moving and sending out the invoices and stuff like that. It's really simple to dispatch, y'all. It's so simple.
Now, do they track the freight as well?
The broker would track the freight.
Okay.
The broker.
A lot of people get that misconstrued. A lot of people think dispatch would track the cargo and everything like that, but it would be the broker that would actually track it.
Mostly it's the broker that's going to track their freight. And you got two different types. So you can have a broker with a brokerage, or you can have a broker agent. And just let me say this, because a lot of people don't say this enough. And that's, you can become a broker agent literally for a brokerage through an internship. It's literally so simple. You just look and see what brokerages in your area and ask if they have an internship, and they'll teach you everything you need to know.
Interesting. Okay. So now you've wrote a book. How long have you, you introduced your book. Well, what's the name of your book?
Yeah. So my book is called Building a Legacy. It is on Amazon. It's called Building a Legacy by Sheree Moore, and it's how I created a life-changing legacy in the trucking industry. In the book, I break down trucking to you, just like I told you about the brokers and the owner-operators, how it is to be a driver, what you're gonna go through, the different trailer divisions. You got different trailer divisions. You got flatbed, tanker, all different types of trailers car hauling, different types of, and when you asked about freight, it depends on your trailer. So if I was doing, like you talked about, fruits and vegetables, that'll be refrigerated trailers. So I break all that down in the book. Plus I tell you how I started my brand, how you can start your brand, and what you need to do to put your companies together, what's required of putting your business together. And then I also share our upcoming interview that we did. I just taught a celebrity how to drive a truck. So it's going to be on National Geographic on June the 20th. So
congratulations. Congratulations about that.
That's what's up.
You seem happy and comfortable and passionate about what you do. I think that's great, which is interesting. Absolutely. Because you say you started out, you weren't a truck driver, you were in CNA, correct? And so
correct.
That's good. And we don't see a lot of women driving trucks. To be honest, I probably saw one woman out of, you know, around here where I stay at, like on the road. So that's great.
And we encouraging more women and men to join in this industry. That's why we holding your hand, and we like, this is what you need to do. Like, we done it. This is what you need to do, because we want to see more people come into this industry, especially more minorities.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, in terms of the class, where can they go to find this class at?
You can go to Shetrucking.com. Everything is on Shetrucking. Y'all Google Shetrucking and everything will pop up. And so you can go to Shetrucking.com. I actually teach the in-person class here in Tennessee, but I also have a virtual class as well. And I walk you through the hands-on process. I'm going to tell you, this morning I woke up, this man blew my mind. He sent me his license, said, I just got my license yesterday. And let me tell y'all what he did. He literally took my virtual class. He lived in Louisiana. He took all the information I gave him, all the videos that I gave him as well. Plus, I don't teach my virtual side where you just clicking on some buttons. No, I'm right there with you. We live, we talking, you know, because you need that engagement. And so he literally took everything I gave him and got his whole commercial driver's license on his own. He owned his own truck and everything right now. He didn't even go to a school. He didn't even, he took all the resources and just went all the way to the roof. Like, I don't know. I'm still shocked right now.
Ah, that's beautiful.
Well, that's good. So it's the purpose of the school is just like a sponsoring you. So you go to the school and they sponsor you. Is that really the purpose of the school? So do you really need the school if you have the money?
You definitely need a school if you do not. If you knew and you know nothing about trucking, you need a school.
Yeah.
Somebody have to teach you how to drive, you know. So, and let me explain. The permit, that's what I teach, right? The CDL permit is the first step to get into the to get your commercial driver's license. It's your learner's permit. It's a CLP. What a CLP does is it allows someone like me. I'm also a regular CDL instructor anyway at a college here, where I can train you. I can't train you unless you have a permit, like a driver's permit, right? You have to get your permit before you can get your driver's license.
Right.
It permits to be able to teach you. So that's step number one. That's 3 tests: general knowledge, air brakes, and combinations. If you're watching this, the first thing I need you to do is go get a commercial driver's license manual for your DMV. Okay, get your commercial driver's license manual, study chapter 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. That's the permit. Okay, once you do that, then we have to teach you how to do the pre-trip inspection. We have to teach you how to back the truck up, and then we got to teach you how to drive it. And after that, once you complete all of those steps, you can get your commercial driver's license.
Okay. Now, what is the hardest part, I would ask, of driving big rigs?
It's the hardest part. Once you get past the test, so most people get stumped on the test. I failed 5 times. And I tell people the reason why I teach it is because I failed. And now I have 100% pass rate. None of my students failed a permit. Nobody. I have never had a student that failed. My reputation is still standing strong, you know, with, helping people complete, because that was the hardest part. And the reality of it is it's a whole nother language that you have to learn in trucking, you know? So if I say something like, what's a retarder? You're not going to know what that is. But if I say, what's a Jake brake? You heard Jake brake before. You know, that's, you know, most people, you hear it when you're going down the highway, you don't realize what it is. It's slow your engine down. So it's that type of terminology that, you know, we give to people. And then that back end, whew, that's a beast, y'all. You have to have somebody teach you how to back up, but that's where your money at. You got to be able to back up into the dock to go pick up the freight.
Yeah. That is where, like you said, that's where you're going to make your bacon. That's where you're going to make most of your bacon. Like you said, you have to back it up to get the freight. Like most companies, if you look them up, most manufacturers, they do have that place when, you know, in the back where you bag up the truck and they load it up or they unload it. So, yeah.
Is it a hassle delivering to like stores or stores in the big cities, like the downtown areas, like where you have like the small alleys, or you got to drive in a busy traffic and all of that?
New York, Atlanta, Chicago. Yes. Listen, those states, LA, I mean, it is, tough, but this is a skill. This is a trade. They took the trades out of our schools, but this is a trade that you can learn. It only takes 4 weeks to get your commercial driver's license. 4 weeks. You're talking about taking a month and then you in a whole nother tax bracket. So it is a skill that you have to learn. It takes about once you complete school, once you get on your own, it takes about 6 weeks. 6 months, 4 to 6 months to be able to really learn how to back that truck up where you feel comfortable. So that's why after school, you go with a mentor and you get a training. Okay, they pair you up with the mentor, and then you go for a month or a month and a half with the trainer.
Okay.
And that school is important.
Now I'm still stuck on this ownership, like, because I'm just so I can clearly I want to go back to that. So just to get this straight, you can own a truck. Like, I can buy a truck, and as long as I have somebody with a CDL license, we're in the game.
Yes, absolutely. And they looking for you. They want you. Literally, they want your truck. Right now, they say it's a truck shortage, just a driver shortage. They talking about how, like, right now they paying $4,000 in Texas a week for people who own trucks. Did y'all see that?
No, I didn't see that.
I'm gonna send it to you. It's all over the news and everything. They paying the oil field is paying $4,000 a week. That means get ready. It's gonna be a shortage. Okay, when you see stuff like that coming in the news, you need to get ready that it's gonna be a fuel shortage because it's not enough drivers that can move the fuel fast enough. And about time it hit your city, it's gonna be a drought.
And where would they? So if you get a truck, where would you, like you said, you would get in touch, like, with the switching board? You would sign up there and say, hey,
load boards and whatnot.
So it's multiple ways you can do when you get a truck.
Okay.
This is the way I tell people to start off. Look for a truck. You want to look for a Freightliner. Do not get an International. Don't get a Volvo. Look for like a Freightliner, Peterbilt, KW. Start out with a Freightliner. Okay, that's one of the best trucks. It's one of the most common trucks that drivers know how to drive. And so start off with a Freightliner. You can it's companies called 3PL, like Landstar, Mercer, JB Hunt, Snyder. Those are big companies that you can actually put your truck on too. So you can, and then you're at that point you're called an owner operator. Okay, so you're the owner and the operator of that truck, but you're running up under that company authority. Okay, so it's multiple ways you can do it. Now, for me, I have my own authority. I'm a carrier, but that's a different process. That'll save you a lot of money in the beginning when you're trying to build your company. I always tell people, sign on to a company at least that first 3 to 6 months, maybe up to a year. Run so you can learn the trucking industry, you can learn the trucking game. It's like a bulletproof, really kind of process with that. And then go and get your authority. So then you can work on building that relationship. So the company will actually have the dispatchers there. The company already have drivers. They already have, all the things that you need for your drivers. And they have the trailers, the freight.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything, well, I know you have the book, anything else that you want to let the viewers know about that you may have going on? Also
upcoming events or anything
any classes, let them know where they can find you at.
Yes, y'all. I'm inviting everybody to come to Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's where I live, right? We're going to give you that Southern hospitality, tell you all about the trucking industry. September the 17th through the 19th, it's National Trucker Appreciation Week that week, okay? So the whole world will be saying, thank the trucker that week. So we want you to come on down. I want to see y'all there too.
Sure.
We have show trucks coming out, people who have customized trucks. You're going to be able to see that. We have box trucks coming. We have Sprinter vans. So you don't have to just have a semi. You can get into the box truck world. That literally box truck right now is booming. Amazon has came in and gave so many opportunities to so many people in that box truck lane and in that Sprinter van lane. And I'm talking about Sprinter vans and cargos as well. So, and so anyway, we're going to have literally a lot of vendors. We have over 100 vendors. We're going to do a presentation, different speakers to make sure that literally if you want to own, if you want to drive, you leave with everything you need. We do have an all black gala on Saturday. So it's going to be like a dress to impress. The goal for that, we're going to give you a live show performance, and we also going to do a silent auction. My goal from this event, I'm doing a scholarship fund. So we'll be giving a scholarship to ages 18 up to 21 here. And I'm putting a CDL program in a local high school here in Chattanooga. So I'm going to be teaching the kids straight out of school. Like they got a listen, summer program will be a CDL program here soon. So, and then on Sunday, we have an old fashioned cookout, like back in the 80s, back in the 90s and early 2000s, like we just going old school style, family style cookout. So it's going to be full of fun, but very educational. I'm putting in everything that I wanted because it took me so long. It literally took me 5 years before I owned my truck. So, and I don't want other people to take that long. Like you could do it within at least a year or 2 years. And with the guidance, you can start off with ownership. And so we want to give you all those resources now because you need it.
Yes.
That's nice.
This is true. And
that is nice.
Like
congratulations on everything, all of this.
Absolutely.
Your give back, what you're doing is helpful. And this is what we need. There are a lot of people that need options. Even us, everybody, it's nothing that you can't invest in, nothing, just other options of you can't knock other streams of income.
Not at all.
You're supposed to have
multiple streams of income. So even with that ownership, like I would tell you, make an additional $1,000 a week if you ain't driving, you just own it. That's what that is, an extra income for most people.
For sure. We want to thank you for your time. We got to have you on again and do a check-in.
Absolutely.
See how and
please keep me boosted and updated on this event that we got to attend. This event out in Chattanooga, no doubt about it. It sounds beautiful, and like I said, the scholarship thing. God, kudos to you for that. Kudos for that, because a lot of people aren't doing that out here. That's what I love to see. I love to see people taking care of our children and building up the community, which is what you're doing. Obviously with your accomplishments that you've gotten right now, much success to you in the future.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I would love to come back on. This has been an honor to be able to share. Like I said, the reason why I started doing this is because I didn't see enough minorities. I didn't see enough women. And I said, I got to do something about it. Come on, y'all. Everything you need. Come on.
Don't talk about it. Be about it.
Absolutely.
That's period. On pool. Okay.
Oh, no, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah. Absolutely. Like I said, I'll keep you posted. And other than that, ma'am, go ahead, enjoy the rest of your day. And like I said, many blessings to whatever success you have going forward. Okay.
Thank you. If y'all want, can I just add one more thing?
Hey.
I want to learn literally, if you want to know the steps, you want to know the companies you can sign up for to get your commercial driver's license, it's literally free on Shetrucking.com. You just click trucking schools. If you have any questions, just send us a message. My personal line is on there as well. I answer people questions all day, 7 days a week. So we want to get you started. We're serious about this. And if you're a woman, definitely check out Shetrucking Sisterhood on Facebook. It's 14,000 women in the community. And this event is historic. It's the first and only minority event that is in trucking. So we're getting ready to literally make history. So definitely come make history with us. Go to Shetrucking.com. And if you're interested into the expo, go to Shetruckingexpo.com to learn about the event. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. And you have a good night.
You too.
All right.